there is a consequence that comes with thinking deeply. At first, thinking feels empowering, the ability to analyze ideas, question assumptions, and see patterns hidden beneath everyday life. But slowly something unexpected begins to happen. Thinking creates distance, not physical distance but intellectual distance. The more a person questions things, the more they realize something unsettling. Many people are not interested in examining their beliefs, they are interested in protecting them. And this creates a strange tension. The thinker asks questions, but the world often prefers certainty. When someone begins thinking deeply, they start noticing contradictions everywhere, in traditions, in social expectations, in the rules people follow without understanding why. At first these contradictions seem small, but the more you examine them, the more they grow, and eventually a realization appears: many of the things society treats as unquestionable truths have never really been questioned at all. They have simply been repeated, passed down, and accepted. But questioning these things creates discomfort because shared beliefs are what hold communities together. They provide stability and give people a sense of order, so when someone begins to question them, even quietly, it can feel like a threat, not because the thinker is aggressive, but because the act of thinking itself introduces uncertainty. This is why many thinkers eventually experience a certain kind of loneliness, not the loneliness of isolation, but the loneliness of perception. They begin to see things differently from the people around them. Conversations that once felt natural begin to feel strange, certainties that once felt solid begin to feel fragile, and the thinker realizes something difficult: the search for truth is not always a social activity, often it is a solitary one. History is full of thinkers who experienced this solitude: philosophers, writers, scientists, people who looked at the world and asked questions others were afraid to ask. Many of them discovered the same thing: the deeper you think, the more you realize how many assumptions shape everyday life, assumptions about success, about happiness, about what it means to live well. Once these assumptions are questioned, returning to comfortable ignorance becomes difficult. Yet this loneliness is not entirely negative because solitude also provides something valuable: clarity. In solitude the mind can explore ideas freely, without pressure and without the need to conform. It allows a person to examine life honestly, confront uncomfortable truths, and develop independent understanding. Perhaps the loneliness of thinking is not a flaw, perhaps it is simply the price of awareness. Thinking deeply often means stepping outside the collective story and looking at the world from a different perspective, and that perspective may not always be comfortable, but it can be meaningful. In the end, thinking deeply is not about separating yourself from others, it is about understanding the world more clearly. Sometimes clarity requires distance, not forever, but long enough to see things as they truly are. Because the thinker's solitude is not emptiness, it is space, space where ideas can grow, where truth can be examined, and where understanding can begin.